morning, everybody, and welcome back to video number 3. Now, in this video, as usual, we're going to cover the Royals, what they're doing, the real working Royals. There's a lot to cover, as is usual, so let's just jump in. Let's get there. Let's go. We're going to start off with Peter Phillips and his relatively new girlfriend, Harriet Sperling. They were at the Gloucestershire Festival at Polo at the Beaufort Club in Tetbury on Saturday. Now, Savannah and Ilsa Phillips were also present. Some fabulous photos were taken. They look very happy together. Good for them. Moving on. Let's move on now to King Charles, who presented new colors to the Irish Guards. That's Kate's regiment, and they were preparing for trooping the color. The King paid tribute to the, and I'm quoting, professionalism, courage, and humor of the Irish Guard ahead of their central role in trooping the color, which we know is going to be taking place this Saturday. So he presented new colors to number 9 and number 12 companies at Windsor Castle. And of course, as I just said, this is the regiment that the Princess of Wales is the colonel of since last year. And the King also highlighted their efforts during the COVID pandemic and all the vital work they do to counter terrorism in Iraq and to bolster security across Africa. The ceremony is very symbolic, and in being a symbolic ceremony, King Charles actually touched the new flags, which are the King's color and the regimental color. And by doing that, he is signaling their special status as the, quote, soul of the regiment, because they were consecrated by the Army's chaplain, Reverend Michael Parker. So the King's color is going to be trooped by number 9 Company Irish Guards, and the other one, obviously, by number 12. And during this ceremony, which took place, by the way, in the quadrangle at Windsor Castle, King Charles said, and I'm quoting, "In recent years, the regiment has continued to serve with immense distinction, and I was privileged to see the impressive results of this latter work for myself." We also know that Princess Catherine sent a letter to the regiment to apologize for not being able to take the salute and to wish them luck for the Colonel's Review, which is the final rehearsal for trooping the color. Also present that day was the Irish Guards regimental mascot. It's an Irish wolfhound known as Seamus. So during the Colonel's last review, which occurred last Saturday, Seamus was led across the square by a scarlet-coated drummer, and the dog was presented to the regiment as the soldiers lined up. When the ceremony was over, King Charles went by and said hello to guests, visitors, family members, people that had lined up to watch all of the festivities. I think it's lovely. I think King Charles is looking better and better every time I see him. I'm very excited. All right, let's move on. All right, next up we have Prince William. He was seen with Jill Scott and Harry Kane and Ollie Watkinson. He was at St. George's Park in Burton upon Trent, Staffordshire. He was meeting with the England men's football team ahead of the UEFA Euro 2024 campaign. I think we're all well aware that the Prince of Wales is president of the FA. And this tournament, by the way, is going to be taking place in Germany. And so William heard from the England head coach, Gareth Southgate, how the team is getting ready for the tournament. And then, of course, he went on to meet the team. Now, for those of you who are also unaware, while he was there, William gave shirts to all of the 26 members who had been chosen for this team. Now, while William was addressing the players and the staff while he was at St. George's Park, he called up Captain Harry Kane and made a presentation to him. How wonderful is that? I know he's excited about this game. Now, when he was done with him, he called up the England manager, Gareth Southgate, and made a presentation to him as well. Lovely. Now, some of this stuff was really funny because apparently William asked Louis if he had any advice to the team, and Louis's response was that they should eat double portions. I don't think a nutritionist would agree. William said that after Louis said, eat twice the amount you normally eat, he said, I had a vision of the team running around with these massive, great tummies and loads of stitches on the pitch. So I think maybe take my youngest's advice with a pinch of salt. Now, the England captain jokingly said, we've got to be careful with that one. I completely agree. We know that all of William's children are into sports. They like to watch Wimbledon. They like to watch soccer. For us, it's soccer. For them, it's football. But his kids are big athletes with that sort of thing. Now, also on that day, children from schools across the Midlands were invited to St. George's Park to attend a festival of football featuring friendly fixtures. And they did this to, mark England's send-off. And the children applauded when Prince William showed up, of course. I love these kinds of events. All right, moving on. I had to show this to you because the Duke and Duchess, Sophie and Edward, are having their silver wedding anniversary. And so they are going to be on the cover of this week's issue of OK Magazine. How wonderful. I just love them. Next up, we have Diverse Marine, and Sea Work opened, and they welcomed the Princess Royal on board to join director Ben Coleman on a tour of the brand new Alpha. That's pretty cool. And Anne, as usual, is right in her element, asking all the right questions. All right, moving on. It has now been announced, FYI, that Charles and Camilla are going to visit the Channel Islands next month. It's his first visit since his accession. They will be traveling to Jersey on July 15th and then on to Guernsey on July 16th. So it's like a 2-day whistle-stop tour. And of course, this will be the first one since he was diagnosed with cancer. And the last time Charles went to the Channel Islands was in 2005. It will be highlighting the centuries-old relationship between the Crown and the Channel Islands. Next up, this fabulous picture of Prince William was just posted. He was traveling to Cardiff via train. This picture to me shows confidence, power. I love it. This is the kind of picture that you can't do as a fake royal. You know what I'm saying? I mean, this is your future king, and I just love this photo. I do. And William is just so photogenic anyway, but wow. All right, you guys, you know what to do. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. Go down into the description box where you'll find the links to my Twitter, my Gettr, my Rumble, my email, my Patreon, my Amazon wish list, a physical address, an email address. And if you've donated anything to my coffee fund, thank you so much. And as always, you guys, have a great day.